I am more than happy to welcome Kelly Holland, CEO and owner at this point, right, of Penthouse. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. The thing that does not change in my business is people's fascination, obsession with all things sexual, whether it is to understand their own sexual issues or to, as a voyeur, to watch sex or to have sex involved in the participation with their partner. We are now the largest adult broadcaster in the world, but of course broadcast is changing dramatically. Traditional broadcast declining. We were the first to launch high-def channels. We were the first and only to launch linear 3D channels, which happened at the height of the irrational exuberance over 3D.
You showed me a little bit of a VR experiment that y'all were working on at Penthouse, and I have to say that I've seen a lot of VR porn at this point, and I've seen a lot of very horrifying VR porn, and this was not that. I mean, it wasn't really even porn. It was, but it was a scene. It was like kind of like people all around, right? It was 360. It was everything you kind of want out of the situation.
You know, it's very easy. I saw this happen with 3D, that the people producing the content get very hung up in the technology, and they forget that we're still filmmakers or we're still content providers, and we still have to serve that market. We have to work in a live VR environment, which puts us in the GoPro 360 world. But in that world, what do we want to be? We don't want to be look to the left and see a wall, look to the right and see a wall. For me, an erotic experience is sort of a no holds barred, all bets off fantasy. So when I think about VR, I want to see something a bit crazy and a bit erotic everywhere I turn, whether I'm looking up at people on wires in a Cirque du Soleil fashion, or I'm looking at, fire breathers, and I'm looking at sex happening over here. It's really like you've walked into a carnival of sex. And so that's what we're looking at in terms of shooting. And then some other interesting things. In the novelty business, which we euphemistically call it, which are sex toys, there are products called strokers. Now,
male
you
masturbators.
may not know. Okay, thank you for being explicit. So the technology already exists. It was introduced years ago by one of my competitors, but perhaps it was too early, perhaps they rushed it to market, perhaps it didn't work so well. But it used that particular novelty, a male masturbator, and that was coupled with a video that you were watching. So the model's movements, the speed, the angles, whatever, were translated into those products. I think virtual reality will bring that back, and you will see sex toys that become more aligned with what you're watching and what you choose to watch.